like to talk to you for just a minute on vocabulary, the words that we use when we're talking about composting and worm composting. Because I often hear people use the wrong word and it just kind of drives me crazy, you know, it just kind of, whoa, oh, it makes me cringe. So let's just talk about a couple words that are misused and correct them right now. Because I want all of us to be speaking the same language and I want all of us to be sounding smart, that we know what we're talking about. So the word that I hear misused most of the time is compost. I often hear people refer to this as compost. No, this is compost. So this is the product of food waste and carbon, which is tree mulch, that's been broken down by thousands of decomposer organisms to create a finished product called compost. So this can be from a hot compost pile or a green waste compost pile. This is compost. This gorgeous stuff, oh my, you want to bake a cake with it? It's so gorgeous. This is vermicompost. This is the product of our worms. And this is the product of some light cellulose material like cardboard and paper, mixed with some nice rich food waste, gone through the gut of worms and many, many other critters before it's all over. But this is what's cast out their back end. It's called vermicompost, or we usually call it vermicast. So vermi is the Greek word for worm, and cast is what they cast out their back end. So it is worm poop, but we call it by its proper name, vermicast or vermicompost. Okay, can't miss it, it's gorgeous stuff. This is food waste. You can call it food waste, plate scrapings, leftovers, decaying organic matter, slops, whatever you want. You can call it compostables, but please don't call this compost. It is a raw ingredient for making compost, but it's food waste, folks. Don't call this compost. You make me crazy. So from now on, find your own word. You've got many to choose from, but please don't call it compost. There's a real big difference between the raw material and the processed material. You gotta go through the gut of critters. You gotta go through the decomposer community. All that complicated time and effort of many critters to have the privilege of being called compost. The second word that I hear misused all the time is the one that we use to describe the process that we're going through right now. People will say to me, I'm vermicasting. I'm going, what? You're worm pooping? No, no, no. We're vermicomposting. Vermicomposting is the process of composting with worms, okay? There's no such word as vermicasting. Vermicast is the product of worms. So if you say, I want to start vermicasting, that doesn't make any sense. I want to start worm pooping? Huh? No, no, no. If you're going to be composting with worms, say, we're vermicomposting. I'm now vermicomposting in my worm bin. I want to start vermicomposting. Okay? Again, it's a word that's often misused. Please, the process is vermicomposting. The product of vermicomposting is Vermicast. Thanks again. We got it.